What would you do with a brain if you had one?
Hello, my name is Spencer Bacouli. I'm the Associate Editor at Bounding Into Comics, and I'd like to welcome you to another edition of The Daily Stupid. Today we've got more stupid, including Florida State University, actor Mark Hamill, weaponized breathing, and the petition calling for a ban on 6 days in Fallujah. As always, buckle up and let's get into it. First up, it looks like outright racism will soon be able to earn you college credit, as Florida State University was set to offer a summer session history course dedicated to, quote, the history of Karen, unquote, and examining how white women are, quote, weaponizing white womanhood, unquote. A flyer for the course features an emoji with a stereotypical Karen haircut, alongside a photo taken of two white women, the oldest member and mother to the youngest member of the Ku Klux Klan, in attendance at the 1920s Great Ohio Rally, and a photo of Elizabeth Eckford being yelled at by white women as she walked into the newly desegregated Little Rock Central High School in 1957. It also features a quote from New York Times journalist Charles M. Blow that reads, quote, the activation of white terror is a white woman's soft power. We like to masculinize white supremacy, to presume it reeks of testosterone, when in fact, it is just as likely to be spritzed by perfume, unquote. The class would have been taught by FSU teaching assistant professor Megan Martinez, whose school profile notes that, quote, she primarily researches a history of racial violence and racial inequality in the U.S. and its legacies, unquote. Now, I use the past tense was when describing the class because, according to the FSU History Department's website, it's no longer present in their list of summer courses. However, an archive of the page proves that the class was, at one time, listed as a legitimate course offering. Nobody likes Karens. There's a reason there's a shorthand word for that type of personality and behavior. But I would bet a good amount of money that, beyond the haha funny internet meme in the title, the class would not have discussed the Karen mindset, but instead would have served as pretext for nothing more than racist tirades against white women. I think the fact that the class has been removed from the course listings is evidence enough that FSU is stupid for thinking that this course was anything remotely close to a good idea.
Shut up, you idiots!
Next, the state of Georgia recently passed Bill SB 202, which will result in a number of changes to the state's voting laws. Among many new changes, the state will now require ID to vote, provide a shortened period for early voting, and allow the state election board to suspend county election boards if they deem them to be underperforming. In response to the passing of this bill, Logan director James Mangold announced that, in protest, he would no longer agree to, quote, direct a film in Georgia, unquote. A not insignificant gesture considering how the state's tax incentives have made it a popular production spot for Hollywood. Echoing Mangold's sentiment, Star Wars star Mark Hamill enthusiastically declared that he, quote, absolutely, unquote, supported the director's boycott, adding the hashtag, no more filming in Georgia. Now, I'm not here to talk about Georgia's voting law changes or whether or not I support them. That's not why Hamill has made the Daily Stupid. No, he's made it for his sheer hypocrisy, as while he supports a boycott against Georgia, he was completely silent on Disney's continued courting of the Chinese government, despite their widely documented internment and abuse of the Uyghur people. Isn't it funny how blue checkmark activism only extends as far as their paychecks will allow?
Yes, that's it! He's a fool! He's a big, dumb, stupid fool! Just look at him!
Next up, as COVID-19 vaccines become more readily available for the average individual, a debate has sprung up around whether or not to require people to have vaccine passports, a piece of identification which denotes that the holder has been vaccinated, before entering public establishments or traveling. On a recent episode of the British talk show Jeremy Vine, Dr. Sarah Jarvis argued in favor of vaccine passports, stating that while she had historically, quote, always been in favor of people having choice, unquote, she believed COVID vaccinations should be mandatory. Her argument that, quote, breathing is an offensive weapon if you are infected with COVID, unquote.
Breathing is an offensive weapon if you are infected with COVID.
This is a Daily Stupid twofer. The idea of mandatory vaccinations is absolutely stupid on its own, but trying to classify breathing as an offensive weapon in order to convince people to get vaccinated is far stupider.
What are you, a damn idiot?
And finally today. By now, I'm sure you've heard of the games industry-supported petition calling on various governmental bodies, including the United Nations and US President Joe Biden, to prevent the release of the upcoming Iraq war-based FPS 6 Days in Fallujah because it would, quote, breed a new generation of mass shooters, unquote. An argument as stupid as it is completely detached from reality. It seems that the petition's creator, Hala al-Salman, realized it was stupid too. The petition has recently been stealth edited to remove the fear-mongering line regarding mass shooters, presumably to make it appear less insane now that it has a massive number of eyes on it, thanks to promotion by various gaming industry blue checkmarks. Alsamon's attempt to sanitize her petition earns her a spot on the Daily Stupid, as not only has the petition's original wording been reported on and archived dozens of times over, but thousands of users on social media are unlikely to magically forget her words. Who's going to fall for this? You know what? Don't answer that. You'll probably be spoiling a future installment of the Daily Stupid. And with that, this has been your Daily Stupid. If you have suggestions for tomorrow, leave a comment down below or hit us up on social media. Until next time, take it easy.